Hello, everybody. I'll try and make this as fun as we can. Today we're here, obviously, to talk about our schools and related sites grants program, and we have a few objectives today to kind of go over the program, what's new, what's changed. Some of you applied during the last round, so we do have some new changes to talk about, and some of the strategies for putting together a good proposal. As you guys already know, these grant programs are designed to offset the impacts of port-related pollution in the community, and we do have our target populations, our sensitive receptors such as children, the elderly, and people with respiratory disorders for our whole program. And when we design our projects, we do use the best technologies available. But we also have other impacts that we can't mitigate through our projects, and that's what we're aiming to help with here. So we are seeking additional projects from the community to help us reduce any additional impacts that we can't through our programs. We wanted these programs to target the people most vulnerable to health impacts, such as from the port projects. The programs include the schools program, which you're here to hear about today, our healthcare program, which we'll be discussing at 6 o'clock, I believe, and our GHG program, which we've already given out the funds for so far. To date, we have put a total of $17.4 million in these funds. Here we're talking about the schools program specifically, so if you're here for something else, you're hanging out for the wrong reasons. This round we have approximately $1.6 million available, a little bit less than last time where we had $5 million available. So this time we'll have to be really picky about the projects potentially. We do have some changes, as I mentioned. Last time we had some price caps on things like doors and windows. We've removed them this time to give a little bit more flexibility, and that should help with your price quotes. And again, we removed that air projects need to be coupled with noise projects, so you can apply for a noise project that is not paired with a air project. We can talk a little bit more about that specifically. We also added some new categories such as relocating air intake locations away from places such as classrooms and the relocation of facilities away from pollution sources. Most of you here are associated with one of these types of facilities. These are the facilities that can apply for our program. Also, we didn't see this last time with the schools program, but we do encourage partnerships. So any partnerships, any networking you can do to group up on your projects, that is encouraged. Keep in mind a single facility or organization would need to fill out the application for a collaboration project. In order to apply, your project must occur in one of these 3 zones pictured here. They're based on the proximity to the port and the wind direction, and they represent the areas most affected by port pollution. Zone 1 is approximately 1 mile from the airport, from the port. 2 is approximately 2 miles, 3 is approximately 3 miles. Zone A's will get more priority over the B zones, and we can talk a little bit more about that. In general, the types of projects we have are similar to last time. The filter projects that were very popular last time, the relocations, which are the new projects which I mentioned, windows, doors, noise barriers, which this time don't have to be coupled with an air project, and landscaping and maintenance. We do have our other projects category that you can apply for. Keep in mind the project still must mitigate air pollution impacts and be consistent with the goals of our program, and you must be able to demonstrate the effectiveness of the project. If you have any questions about an other category project, I do encourage you to give us a call or email us and just ask. Eligible costs this time include your equipment, your supplies and materials, installation costs, administrative costs capped at about 5%. Last time we didn't include that, but we figured we'd give a little bit of a buffer there to handle things such as permitting costs and indirect labor costs such as accounting. It is a small amount because for these type of projects they're usually installations and such, and they wouldn't require a big administrative overhead. Because of this small amount of funding this time, we are limiting the funding to $500,000 per applicant. But that can include 5 projects or one big project. You can kind of group it as you'd like. Partnerships are encouraged, as I discussed earlier, and partial funding is possible. When you do submit your applications, you'll need to submit a separate application for your different projects and types, even if the project will occur at the same facility. For example, if ABC Middle School wanted to put in air filters and landscaping, those would be 2 separate applications. As last time, the grant funds will be awarded by the Board of Harbor Commissioners, staff in our advisory committee, comprised of representatives from the regulatory community, industry, and community members will help us review and rank the projects, and then staff will make recommendations to our Harbor Board of Commissioners, who will approve the lists and the funding. Our time frame for this round of funding is April 30th, 4 p.m. for applications. No late applications will be accepted. So you're going to want to make sure to mark that on your calendars, put on your alarms, put on a buzzer, make sure you get it done. And then after that, it'll take a couple months for staff and the advisory committee members to rank and review the applications. With this schedule, we anticipate going to the board to approve the projects in August. And then from there, you'd get a letter from us, and we'd work on negotiating your contracts and getting that approved. So that might help you when you're getting your cost estimates and price quotes to see if they'll keep those prices good until the end of the year when those contracts may come about. Sometimes they'll guarantee it for a longer period of time than a typical 30 or 90 days. On our website, we have numerous documents for you to review, and that'll be very helpful during this process. All our documents are available on polb.com. You'll find our guidelines, the RFP, and the online application, all new and improved for this round. The schools are using an online application, and we'll go through that in a minute. But be sure to use our website first for your, as your resource for this round of funding. So we do encourage you to go to our website and read our guidelines and the RFP, determine your eligibility, where you're located, and what kind of project you might want to do. And then go ahead and start your application. So this is the application. Just go to polb.com/grants, and it'll link you to everything, including this online application. They must be submitted online and filled out online, so no paper applications like last time. The first page is going to ask you to register for an account. It's not mandatory, but we do suggest it. It lets you go back and forth in your applications and edit. And it also helps us capture your email address right away in case we do have any announcements or updates. In addition, having a login allows you to use that one login for multiple applications. So if your organization is applying for 10 different projects, you can use that one login. The little blue question marks that you see indicate where you can go for some help. It'll give you specifics about that field, so it'll give you further instructions or an explanation of what we're looking for. Here's just your basic information like you would fill out on any sort of online form. In section 2, we're going to ask where your project is going to be located, or your zone. This means the actual physical location where the project will occur. If your headquarters or your main office is elsewhere, we will capture that on the previous screen, but we're going to need the actual physical location for the project and what zone it is in. If you don't know which zone you're located in, we do have an interactive map available on our website. Same place you can find at polb.com/grants. What you can do is go up to the area in the yellow circle, put in your address, and to activate the map, you just click on it. And it will zoom you in and show you your zone where you're located. If for some reason that's not working or just doesn't seem to be helping you, just give us a call and we'll be able to help you locate your proper zone. This page is pretty similar to our application last time as well. This all should look familiar. It's just in a little bit different format. It's just going to ask for your project costs, any administrative costs you've estimated, and then just a total. If you do have any sort of matching funds, which will help you with your scoring, you're going to want to put that here. This part is really where we get to the nitty-gritty of your proposal. We're going to be looking for you to upload documents. So you can prepare all those documents separately, Word, Excel, PDF. You can prepare them all, save them, and then you'll just be able to upload them here. If you have any problems with this whatsoever, give us a call, email us, holler really loud. We might hear you and be able to help you. The number to call for immediate help, 1-888-789-GRANT, is available 24/7 if our grant administrator answers it at 3 in the morning. She's in the back of the room, Laura Gronowski. I'm not sure if she'll answer at 3 in the morning, but she will give you a call as soon as she wakes up. So here you're going to want to prepare your documents, and they include the proposal narrative, your costs, your additional budget details if you have them, anything else about your project that may help us with the effectiveness of your project, and any letters of support you might have. The project description is really, really important, so you're going to want to spend a little bit of time on this. That's where we're going to understand what your project is. It can be as long as you want, but we suggest keeping it as brief as possible while keeping it organized and informative. So here's one of the last pages of our application. If you want to print a copy of the application, you can do that here. You can enter your email address, the email address of a coworker or your supervisor, and if you have any questions, obviously, give us a call. I think that's the main theme of this. Any issues, any questions, give us a call. We strongly encourage you to look at the scoring sheet that's provided in the RFP, which is on our website. It will tell you exactly how many points you'll get for all the different types of projects and project criteria. But in general, the projects in Zone 1A will rank the highest, and 1 will be higher than 2. The A's will be higher than the B zones. So if you're in Zone 1A, you have a good start, but that doesn't mean you won't get funding. So the more students or children that may benefit from the project, the more points you'll receive. But this is also based on the number of beneficiaries you serve per 10,000 port dollars. So if you do find a way to partner or have additional funds, that will help you improve your score. When you're looking at your proposal, you might want to consider these things, something you'd consider with any sort of proposal or work product, but just a little bit of reminders for you. One of the most important parts is there a clear nexus between your project and air pollution. This will especially be important if you do want to apply for a project in the other category we have. And if in doubt, ask. Kind of the theme here. Everything's on the website, and call us with any other questions. Again, the application due date is April 30th, 4 p.m. Late applications will not be accepted. The online system automatically will lock you out, and there's nothing we can do to help you. So 4 p.m., make sure your clock is 5 minutes fast, and you'll be good to go. We will post updates on polb.com/grants. Any questions asked here will go on our FAQs so that others may benefit as well. We'll update them after this meeting and after tomorrow's meetings and as questions come in. And here again is where you'll find all your links and resources and the links to the application. So, yes?
Is there a maximum number of projects that you can apply for?
Nope. If you have 500,000 projects that cost $1 each, go ahead and apply for 500,000 projects. I wouldn't suggest it, but yes.
Maybe you already have it on your, sounds like, very well thought out website. Is there a list of projects you funded in the past?
Yes, and we also have on that fun little map with all the zones, there's little pinpoints of where all those are, but we do have a list of the projects as well as an update on those projects as well. Mm-hmm. Anyone else? Yes.
I think on one of the slides you had that you would fund air filters and HVAC systems, correct?
Yes.
Would you also fund like some of the other items that are specific to energy efficiency retrofits?
For the
So,
HVAC systems?
Yeah, so like insulation, oh gosh, what else would be part of that?
Thermostats, better glass windows.
Windows, yes. The thermostats, if you were to do some sort of improvement, those are kind of required, but I think I'd need a little bit more on the specifics of your retrofit, because some things yes, some things no. So that's something once you kind of have a project description laid out, we could kind of, if you want to talk about it ahead of time, we could have Laura or any of us staff, but without getting into too much of the nitty-gritty, yes and no, it depends. Anyone else? Yes?
Is it possible to apply for funding for a new HVAC system?
Yes. Yes, and we did have, I know for sure, one school last time did have a whole new HVAC system. Anyone else? Once? Twice? If that's a no, all of us, as I mentioned, are here to discuss anything more specific or anything else you want to talk about, even about the other programs. We do have staff available here, and we have goodies in the back. So if you need a little refreshment or a cookie or need to stay awake with some coffee for the rest of your day, please feel free. And if there's nothing else, thank you for coming. We appreciate it.